installation company based out of Middle Tennessee that specializes in anything from flat panels on the wall to full in-house home theater with front projection. So we're going to show you one of our new rooms that we just put together. This is brand new, and I'll go through and show you a couple different parts of it: the projector, screen, surround sound, speakers, the whole 9 yards, along with the remote. So bear with us for a little bit, and we'll run you through it. Okay, the first thing we're going to show you is the screen. This screen is a 120-inch diagonal that measures roughly 9 feet wide and 5 feet tall. To give you an idea of size, this is me beside it. Now, all the screens that we use are of the top quality. It's a aluminum frame covered in black velvet with an actual screen material. Some of the other guys out there, they use a vinyl side material. It gets kind of stretched out and can create hot spots. You can't see it in the video, but this actually has a cross grain going about 15 degrees to cancel out the screen door effect that you get sometimes with DLP and LCD projectors. Okay? Alright, the next part that we've got to show you are the speakers. Now, we used the same speakers for the front, center, left, and right, and they're all timber matched. That way they all sound the same. Along with that, if you can get a camera angle on it, the surrounds are actually made with the same drivers. And once again, goes along with timber matching so that your sound sounds the same front to back. Now, each one of these has 5 drivers in it because the room's pretty good size and we wanted to really fill it up with sound. Now, secondly, we use a 12-inch subwoofer placed in this corner so that opposite of the seating to get you the best blending results. Now, this is a titanium sub with 650 watts, so it really doesn't have any problem with, you can shake the walls as much as you want to. It's a great sub. Now, next we'll show you another part. Now, speakers are great, but you have to have something to drive them. Now, we like Onkyo. It's easy to use, it's rock solid, it lasts forever, and it gives you a great end result. So what we did is we hid the equipment in this cabinet. This particular unit has HDMI conversion, so you can actually plug a camcorder into it. It'll convert to HDMI and send one signal back to your projector. Also, we have a Samsung Blu-ray player. Now, this Blu-ray player is live, so we have it integrated into the wireless network, so you can actually watch Netflix on your projection system through your DVD player wirelessly. It's pretty handy. Now, here's all the remotes that are up top here. We've got them converted into one remote with activity features that makes it a lot easier to use. That pretty much covers that, and we'll go to the projector. Alright, so we've covered sound, which is excellent, but what's really going to set this room apart is video quality. So in this particular theater room, we decided to go with this Epson 9500. You know, you can spend more on a projector, but I honestly don't think you can have a better picture. This thing looks amazing. Video on YouTube is not going to show you how well this looks, but it is 1080, it has 1800 lumens, and it has a 120 hertz refresh rate. So that gives it that almost three-dimensional look when you're watching a movie, especially on animation, that looks like you can almost just reach in and touch the people that are there. But I've got to say, I was at CD a few months ago. I saw some of the nicest stuff that you can possibly buy, and I'll put this up against any of them. Other than that, it is THX certified. It's easy to operate, and the only thing I can tell you is it looks amazing. So after this, we'll go to another part. Okay, now you can have all of the nicest components on the planet, but if you don't put it all together correctly, your end result's going to reflect that. So what we did here is, you can't see it now, but what we started with, we're in a basement. The room was, I think it was beige. There was really no carpet on the floor. There was no trim around the doors. The riser wasn't here. It's a 13-inch riser in the back so that you can have the 2 rows of seating. So what we did is we came in, changed the color of the walls to something darker so it's not very reflective. We also, all of these switches and outlets were white. We changed all of those so that they weren't just sticking out. Another thing that we do, and this is what we do with all of our installs, if you notice, you can see speakers, but you don't see wires. We always do in-wall wire runs so that you get the nice, clean, or the cleanest finish you possibly can. This customer didn't have any light switches here, or sconces, I mean. So we added 2 here, we added 2 in the back, and that is the last part of this install that we'll have to do, is put the actual bulbs in those 2 light sconces. The cool part is, we wired these sconces to a switch over here. Now, this switch you can access with the remote control, and you can dim them via the remote control. So when everybody's sitting down, if somebody's got to get up, you can just hit the remote, tell them to brighten up, the lights come up a little bit, people can leave, come back down, dim them back down, and you can go back to your kind of theater look with the lights off. Okay, we've covered several components: sound, picture, screen, audio components in the cabinet over there. Now the great part is you can get all of this equipment, but you run into a problem. You start stacking up remote controls. Now in this scenario, we had 5 that we had to integrate. Sometimes, depending on how big of the scale of the project, I've had as much as 15. But we put it into one remote. That's this one. Now this is an activity-based remote. It has a button that says Watch TV. And when you do that, it takes care of the whole 9 yards for you. So all I have to do is push Watch TV. Now the system's going to come on. It'll set all of its parameters, turn on the cable box, turn on the receiver, the whole 9 yards. And, well, I pushed it, so give me a second. Turn out the lights. And from here I can even dim out the wall sconces. Now I don't know how well this is going to transfer to YouTube video, but from where I'm sitting, that looks amazing, and that's just regular high definition TV. So we'll see how well this turns out when we have the video uploaded. Okay. So this will give you a few seconds of watching the high definition video. Keep in mind this is a 10-foot screen, but it is 1080 resolution. That's why it looks so good. Now, once you finish watching the movie, you can click a button on your remote. I don't know if you can see this or not. It actually says theater off. And that cuts everything off. Well, I hope you've enjoyed kind of looking around one of our rooms. Hopefully it's been somewhat informative. If you've got any questions, we're on the internet at www.realhometheaters.com. We'll post that link over here on the right hand side. And, well, like I said, hope you enjoyed.